Many people think that major health problems come with obvious symptoms: intense pain, a sudden collapse, or a trip to the emergency room. But the truth is that many life-threatening conditions don't arrive with a bang. They lurk quietly, threatening like everyday announcements or slow changes. You've convinced yourself, or you're just getting older. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. In this video, we'll talk about 5 warning signs. Your body may already be giving you signals that are easy to ignore, but that older, smarter adults never see. These aren't dramatic emergencies, but they are quiet red flags that doctors say you should never hide from. If you've been hiding lately, if something just doesn't feel right in your body, this could be the wake-up call that changes everything. You don't have to wait for a crisis to take control of your health. Sometimes, knowing what not to ignore can save years of your life. Now, let's get started. Sign 1: unexplained weight loss. Losing a few pounds without trying may sound like a blessing, but more than 60 may be your body trying to raise an alarm. When your weight drops for no reason, no change in diet, no increase in exercise, it may be more than a fluke. It's often a sign that your body is under stress, using up energy reserves to fight something you can't even feel. Doctors say that unexplained weight loss in older adults is often linked to subjective conditions, such as thyroid dysfunction, digestive deficiency, or even early-stage cancer. One reason this symptom is ignored is because it doesn't feel bad. You may feel more put together, your clothes fit better, your friends may even compliment you, but that's the strategy. While you're smiling on the scale, your body may be burning through muscle, compromising immune function, or reacting to a metabolic imbalance. Take David, a 74-year-old retired man. He dropped 10 pounds in 3 months, with no diet, no new workout routine. At first, he embraced it, but then came fatigue, then came the slump. Upon entering, his doctor diagnosed him with a treatable form of colon cancer, but only because he finally believed what his body was trying to tell him. Psychologically, this is where denunciation becomes dangerous. We often associate weight loss with success or health, but to a certain extent, losing weight without a cause is not a reward. It's a reason to ask. Don't assume it's dangerous. Unexplained weight loss, especially if it's more than 5% of your body weight. More than 6 to 12 months worth a closer look. Your body doesn't lose energy for no reason. Sign 2: persistent fatigue. We all get tired. It's just part of life. But there's a kind of tiredness that goes deeper than needing a shower, and it's usually your body's silent cry for help. Fatigue that lingers no matter how much rest you get is one of the most hidden medical red flags in seniors. And it's not always about being out of shape or not sleeping well. This kind of fatigue is the kind that makes even small tasks, like washing your hair or cooking lunch, feel like lifting rocks. It can be a sign of anemia, heart disease, diabetes, depression, or even chronic infection. Here's the tricky part: many older adults get overactive. But getting older doesn't mean you have to feel stressed all the time. There's a difference between natural fatigue and something that makes your legs feel heavy. Your brain, hunger, or your stomach is stressed. When fatigue interferes with daily life, it's a symptom, not a personality trait. Let's talk about Judy, 68. She loved to garden and walk her dog. Then one spring, she started skipping walks, ignoring the herbs and blaming it all on getting old. Months later, after collapsing in her kitchen, she was diagnosed with heart congestion. Fatigue had been her only real warning, but it had been strong in a silent way. Fatigue also takes an emotional toll. It makes you withdraw. You stop socializing. You tune out invitations. And that isolation only intensifies the danger. Your spirit and body are connected. When one empties, the other tends to follow. If you're still watching this video and finding this information valuable, please comment number 2 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and ring the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue to create great content and inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. Sign 3: sudden weight loss without trying. There's a kind of weight loss that feels good, like when you're eating better, walking more, and you notice your shoes are smoother. But then there's the kind that just goes away. The kind you didn't plan for, didn't want, and didn't notice until someone else pointed it out. For older adults, unintentional weight loss is a big red flag. If you've lost more than 5% of your body weight in a few months without dieting or increased activity, it's time to pay attention. Your body doesn't just lose weight for no reason. It's responding to something, maybe a hidden infection, thyroid problems, diabetes, or even cancer. It's also a sign that your body isn't absorbing nutrients the way it should. Malabsorption disorders are more common with age, and they often fly under the radar. You may feel fine, just a little less hungry, a little more tired, but your body may be hungry and you may feel like your body is struggling to build the building blocks it needs to be strong. Let me tell you about Harold. He was 74, still brisk and active, but his belt kept needing new holes. He thought he was getting older. But after a routine physical, doctors discovered a gastrointestinal tumor that had been quietly interfering with nutrient absorption for more than a year. His body was working itself out while he was still going strong. Psychologically, this kind of weight loss also carries risk. It often leads to muscle loss, weakness, and sluggishness. And this spiral increases the likelihood of falls, hospitalizations, and general decline, but it is preventable if caught early. So if you're noticing that your clothes fit differently, your appetite is diminishing, or your friends are telling you that you look thinner, don't play along. Your body is beeping a red flag and waiting for you to stop and listen. Signs of breast distrust that come and go. Now, I know chest pain seems like an obvious warning, but what's dangerous isn't always the dramatic kind we see in movies. Sometimes it's an ugly pressure that comes and goes. A rush when you're walking to the mailbox. A weird feeling that you write off as indigestion. Or even a little ache in your knee or shoulder that just feels weird. Here's what many miss about heart-related symptoms in older adults. They take offense in disguised ways. Especially in women over 65, a heart problem may present with fatigue, nausea, or shortness of breath rather than outright pain. That's why so many heart attacks in adults go unnoticed or are discovered only after it's too late. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 68 and very active. She did yoga every week. She loved to garden. She began to notice tightness in her chest when she jumped on herbs, but thought it was just muscle strain. It wasn't until her daughter insisted on going for a checkup that they discovered it. She had a significant blockage in her coronary arteries. Her body had been screaming for months, but she didn't know how to listen. Psychologically, we often avoid acknowledging symptoms like these, because they feel scary. Reporting can be a healing mechanism. Nothing is likely to make a comforting story, but every time we ignore our body's signals, we widen the gap between a preventable event and a medical emergency. So here's the step-by-step guide. Don't just look for pain. Look for cramps, discomfort during cold activity, recurring pressure, unexplained fatigue, or strange upper body sensations. These are your cues. Your heart may be speaking sophisticatedly. Make sure you're listening. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do so and ring the bell so you don't miss a video. Your support helps us continue to create great content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. Sign 5. Slow death or witches that appear suddenly. Sometimes your body speaks quietly, not with pain or soreness, but with something you see in the mirror. A witch you don't remember getting. A small cut that just won't seem to close. A leak that reopened weeks later. These are more than just irritations. They can be red bumps. When witches heal slowly, it can be a sign that your circulation is compromised, especially in your feet, toes, or hands. Your blood may not be distributing nutrients efficiently, or your immune system may be lacking. In some cases, this indicates undiagnosed diabetes. In others, it indicates vascular disease or declining organ function. Either way, it means your body is struggling to do something. He used to deal with peace. Let me share about a man named Donald. He was 73 years old and noticed small spots on his arms. From working in the garden, which only lasted a short time. His skin dried out easily and the spots remained red for weeks. It wasn't until a neighbor mentioned something similar that he went in and got tested. It turned out that his girdles were embarrassed, affecting how his blood was clotting and filtering toxins. The witches weren't random, they were signs. For many older adults, we dismiss this as part of getting older. But smart people know to ask why. Why does it take so long to heal? Why does my skin scar so easily? Why am I seeing places I don't remember jumping on anything? Your skin is your largest organ, and it often gives you danger signals on the inside. If your outer line is slow to heal, chances are your inner systems are too. Now is the time to talk to your doctor. Not after months of watching and wondering. Every time your body changes, don't ignore it. Notice it, because noticing it could be what saves you. Final thoughts. Sometimes it's not a bad sore or an obvious wound that signals something is wrong. It's the quiet things. Fatigue that creeps in, sickness that creeps in, changes in your skin, appetite or weight that seem small at first but add up over time. These signals aren't just warning signs to act on. They're your body's cries for you to listen. The most important step in this video isn't fear. It's awareness. Older adults are smart and don't panic at every change, but they don't dismiss them either. They pause. They reflect. And they act when something feels wrong. Your body has been with you for decades. It knows how to alert you when it needs help. And when you catch these signals early, you give yourself a chance to grow stronger, longer. So don't wait for the alarm bells to go off. Notice the little things. Trust your gut. And speak up, even if it seems minor. Because sometimes, a conversation with a doctor can change everything. Thanks for joining us today. We love hearing from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue to create great content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.